ladies and gents, we're live. We have, I believe, week 2 action here for Snow League. We have Lockdown Gaming on a comeback run, a bit of a return. They've been gone for a long time. I'm glad to see them back. Facing off against NIC, whose name I still do not feel has I do not feel that I'm allowed to say their name there. I'll rephrase it. I'm trying to multitask here. My apologies. Anyways, week 2 matchup now. Is it even a week 2? It should be. Yes. My apologies. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with 3 people at the same time. Okay. Okay. Anyways, my apologies, folks. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. Too many people trying to message me over stupid stuff. Okay. Anyways, it's Clubhouse. To give a bit of backstory for both of these teams, Lockdown Gaming, run by Leonov, who I am friends with, is an old team. We're talking back when Rose was a thing, back in Season 2 of Rose. They have the lowest average elo of the entire Snow League. They're pretty much, a sort of classic team with a lot of the old players from old teams from when those existed. Just to make sure, I believe they actually lost by 1 to NBI. So them as well as NIC have common thread, and that both of them are now looking for a win this second week here after a very close 8-7 loss. Now, admittedly, I would say NBI seems like a tougher competition, as well as the fact that, okay, Stevenator, who is in that match and is in this match, dropped 27 kills. One of the big impact players for NIC in their match last week against Legion, was Slurched as an off-roster. They dropped 22. They're not here. Stevenator is. That could be a big difference maker here for them. But they're going to really need to... NIC is going to really need to make sure that they're contributing across the board. In their Legion match, they had 2 players combined for over 20 deaths, 2 kills, and only 3 assists. That's a really bad statistic at any level and at every level. So they're going to need to make sure that they try and have everybody contribute in one way or another. As you can see, attacking team Leonov of Lockdown Gaming, they're actually opening up that flat wall, now going to be trying to play it off of the repellent. Surely enough, upside down, makes sense. There goes Sticula taken down there by Flow. The Battle of the Spears almost. Sticula running the 6P, but it doesn't really matter. There goes Flow as well as Cosmic. Leonov and Stevenator getting frags, and now it's a 3v4. Man advantage has now shifted towards the side of Lockdown Gaming. They have the wall, they have more than half the round, they have Rafters control because of the fact that Flo died there. Admittedly, he traded himself out, so not the end of the world here. But still not a great spot for them to be in. White Cloud takes down Apollo off that peak. It's now a 4v2 up to just King Feiner and Captain here. They're trying to hold down this red side, as you can see Captain slow peeking. Sonomical there at bottom red over by Swamp. Seeing a teammate right by him. Misses the rest of his mag. Gonna try and retreat. Gets a frag. Some heals. A frag from White Cloud will stop that, though. On a double kill now. He's taking control of Rafters. He's gotten a frag kill as well. He's now securing the plant here for his team, or helping to secure it, courtesy of Leonov actually on the defuse. Will be stuck there. King Feiner in the last one left for his team. Takes 2 kills now. Will take out Stevenator as well as Leonov. It's up to just Sonomical at this point. Proning in Rafters, I don't think King Fainer realizes that White Cloud as well is in the DB&O here. I think he's going to look to finish that off. Yep, does not realize, however, Sonomical's right next to him, who will get the headshot. The round goes the way of Lockdown Gaming. Leonov going to take first blood here. Leonov. Lockdown, pardon me, led by Leonov. I have to be more specific. My apologies, folks. We'll take first blood here, get the first round. An early advantage goes their way. We'll have to see if they can manage to press that advantage to get some more rounds here. Now, for NIC, this surely has some deja vu. They did end up losing, if I remember correctly, their first round in their last week matchup against Legion with a similar lineup to this. I believe Apollo, as well as King Fainer and Captain, were in that match. And they ended up losing that match 8-7. They're surely hoping for a win here, but maybe a bit of PTSD from that, let's say. We'll have to see if they can turn it around here, as they'll now look to defend basement. It's a different site, however, because of the fact that Hibana, Cade, and Thatcher are all off the board. That makes it really tough to attack this basement site. You pretty much have to bring the secondary hard reach charge on an operator such as Zero or Finka or Fuse. I believe all three of them have that available.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Magnet activated.
Station in place.
Device set.
Healing station placed.
Okay.
Healing station in position.
Anyways, the fact that Cade as well as Hibana is banned is kind of a waste, in the sense that Cade counters Hibana. There's no reason to ban a counter to that. It's kind of like banning Cav and Jackal as your two bans. It cancels each other out in that sense. Good luck, Godspeed. I think you mean Godspeed, but we're not going to complain here. So you can see now, Lockdown looking to do a full clear here. There's nobody roaming on the top floor that they really just have to worry about first floor, where that'll be Apollo, the Thunderbird, getting a pick there onto White Cloud. Takes down the Maverick. That's going to reduce a lot of their frag potential, in the sense that they now don't have, obviously, those frag grenades. Wouldn't say that they've lost any real contributor on hard reach, but first of all, there's no Cade that he has to really help get. They have Ace, as well as Therm, as well as secondary hard reach charges. So for the attacking team here, for Lockdown Gaming, getting these hatches should not be an issue. You know, the Hibana certainly makes it more cost prohibitive to get the hatches. You have to be pickier if you don't bring enough hard reach. The Cade will make it easier. It also makes it especially easy to get this hatch right here, the Moto hatch, as well as the blue hatch, because with the kitchen hatch, you can impact trick. The other two, you can't. At that point, you know, you just have to hope that they don't take it. Maybe you try and hold it with somebody watching it, either from bar or supply or from above. Nitro will go out from below there, however, Levy did set up, and he got killed. Steven Nader just died. I don't know how exactly. I think he got hit with a cluster charge somehow. And there was a double kill from Apollo, which is quite impressive. He's doing some real work here on the roam. It's up to just Leonov against pretty much the entirety of NIC here. Stakila is down. It's not a great spot for him to be in. That'll be Apollo falling now to Leonov, who does end up trading his teammates, admittedly a tad late. 1v4. Captain will Nitro out Stakila. That's going to bring it now to basically Leonov being in the hot seat here, trying to make something happen. He has 30 seconds. He does have diffuser. He has smokes. He has one thermite charge left. So he has the utility required, but I don't think he really has time. There's 4 kills he has to get, and that's going to be really tough. They're just pincering him at this point, and as to be expected, King Fainer will finish him off. That'll be a round here for NIC. Now back to 1-1, tied between the two teams. They should have one more nitro. I mean, they could. Even then, what they did worked, which is the important part. Is if it's effective, then it's effective. That's my view, at least. Anyways. Now a CC and Cash reattempt here from NIC. We'll have to see how they do. The last time that they went here, which was last round, so just to very quickly analyze that, they had to rotate into rafters. I feel like that did more harm than help, once they lost it, because they just pretty much flow traded himself off in rafters, which was unwise. If he could have stopped that, that would have been better. They traded themselves off from rafters, or Flow did, so they lost rafters control, and they had a rotate set there, so it was a lot easier for Lockdown to get towards default, to get to CC from rafters. Admittedly, the alternative is a sightline, a head-level sightline, which means that you have to either use some sort of soft reach on that sightline to make it accessible, or you have to go through the window, so it's not a big difference, but a difference is a difference. You know, you probably wouldn't see a Maverick trying to use gas from the blowtorch to open that up. Do they not have a shotgun? They don't have a shotgun. I don't believe they have a shotgun. I could be wrong, but they... Okay, they just had to nitro or rotate. That's not a good sign. What? They don't have a shotgun. That's a misplay here from NIC. Somebody has to be running a shotgun. Considering the setup for this site involves, ideally, a rotate here, a sight line, another rotate, a one-way rotate, and then a sight line or a rotate, that's a lot of work to be done. That's a solid amount of impacts, or, you know, a dedicated shotgun player with an entire setup. Captain going to try an impact trick, topped by the frag. Finished off by the frag, pardon me, that's a different verb. And it's going to be a 4v5, unfortunately, because he went after that. I think they needed maybe one or two more ADSs there. I think they didn't even have a single ADS on that. Stream see run it after cure. No, it should. Oh. I thought you were just talking in general. Leonov picks off Cosmic, and that's going to be a 5v3. This does not seem to be the site for NIC here. They have a decent setup. They're just not executing on the vision. What was Flow looking at? I don't know. Steven Ader is able to actually kill him instead of aiming at his feet. It's a 5v2 now, up to just King Feiner. Apollo again, King Feiner, one of the last two left here. He's playing the roam, oddly enough. Seems a bit dangerous. 4v1 now. Leonov takes down Apollo, and that's the last player on site. As he, although King Feiner did manage to take down Steven Ader, though, very important player, as mentioned earlier, for Lockdown Gaming. The plant is down, and Sticula denies any further impact there for King Feiner, for the Jaeger. That'll be another round here for Lockdown Gaming, going up 2-1 now. That does not seem to be the site there for NIC. They're going to go to gym and bedroom. We'll have to see how they do. They might run a castle. They're running a castle. So, the meta... Let me explain for a bit. Putting on my teacher cap real quick. There's two ways to look at defending this site. One of them is a Mira hold. The most common Mira spots being Logi, I believe on the right wall, facing cons, and bathroom facing jacuzzi wall. The other way is an extension into cache. The reason that people do this is because it gives more area for your team to anchor in and more control, because this is a site that is very easy to assault just from those windows. Now, both of them individually are quite taxing for their own reasons. For your utility, you know, the Mira hold, specifically that Logi Mira, if you want to hold it properly, you need to have some Jaegers, maybe OMI or even an Aruni to help hold that. Aruni in the sense of the gates to burn some utility. If you want to run a castle, you need obviously the castle and you need the proper reinforcements. Running those in conjunction, in my opinion, leads to at least one, if not both of them, being sort of half-baked, you know, underdeveloped in that sense. They do have this full cache setup, so congrats to them on that. At the same time, that Mira is going to be very weak. I think they decided against setting a rotate there. I think that's ill-advised. Because that's going to... Okay, they just fixed it. That was their intent. Because that Mira is going to be very weak. Although it has a Thunderbird Kona station on it to help whoever's playing it, you can pretty easily... I mean, it's just 180S. You can pretty easily flush that out. So that's why you have this this rotate available right next to the mirror window. You could obviously pop it and then rotate around. I think that's a bit of a smarter decision here. Lockdown Gaming realizing this cache extension. It still, however, gives them access to CC window, which is very important for attacking the actual objective. A Sticky will fall at the hands of Flow on the roam there. The reason that I mentioned that it's important is that CC window protects anybody playing outside these site windows. That allows you to help get Jacuzzi Wall, get any denial off of it, and the fact that Cade is banned means that it's going to be pretty easy for them to actually get stuff off of that wall, because that's all going to be on the ground, and there's no impact check available for that. So you can see that Maverick there of White Cloud needing to be cautious because they know Flo's playing on that flank. They're going to fall down red stairs, it appears. They're pressuring him, hears him, and does not get the kill, unfortunately. 4v3 now. They did lose Cosmics as well. 4v2, and Leonoff will take down Captain, and now it appears that Lockdown is just going to look to clean up the objective at this point. Paulo's off-site. I don't know why. I think he was trying to make a pathway for himself into Jim. There goes that Mirror window right behind him. Steven Nader takes down King Fader, and it's up to just the Mirror of Apollo. Going to try and swing around. Spots the Yana of Steven Nader, but alas, unable to do anything. Lockdown gets another round here. Finally starting some genuine momentum, going up 3-1 now on Clubhouse. That was a mess of a round. I'm just gonna say it. There was a mediocre roam by Flo. You know, missed drones. A mess of a gunfight there, which you really should have won. And then just nobody trading on the side of NIC. Obviously, you don't really want to play just for trades. You don't want to act like you have to rely on that to win, but it needs to be something that happens where you get trades if you're able to, because that's going to be what really
attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Protects a team's position, is that they are able to keep it from becoming a 5v4, keep it at a 4v4. If they're at a man advantage, they stop it from being equalized, is that they trade out the guy that got that kill onto their teammate. And that didn't happen. I think that that's something that they need to look at. A very odd lineup from them. Because if you look at it, there's 3 players who you could say are going to roam. Captain is the LM, which makes no sense. It's usually run by a fragging operator, as I've mentioned earlier. King Fainer is the Oryx. Oryx, his kit pretty much requires you to play off-site. I mean, otherwise it's a bit of a waste. He's going to look for a spawn peek here. Does end up lowering Snomical, also loses most of his health. And I don't know why he peeked that, but that's going to be a 5v4, and that's why you don't spawn peek. It's because most of the time you will die, and you leave your team in a 5v4 for an entire round. Luckily, he didn't have any important utility, and they already had done remodeling on that objective. You know, they had gotten the rotates and such set up, but at the same time, it's just not good to be on a 5v4 from the start of the round. It changes how you play. Okay, Nitro going to go out there. Does end up taking down Leonoff, but admittedly at the loss of that kitchen hatch. They do not have any more hard reach. They've used all their hard reach stuff. They don't have hard reach from Sticula as that Monty. They're doing a very hard dirt push, as you can see, Lockdown Gaming. They have Sticula on site. Steven Nader as well. They're backing him up as well as Snomical. They're just hard pushing dirt here. 2v4. It's going to start to collapse, it seems. It's up to just Sticula pretty much here on the objective. Snomical is down. It's a 2v2 between him and Captain Carino and Apollo. He's trying to win this gunfight here. He has a pistol, and Captain will get the kill. Cosmic, bit of revenge from the grave, I believe. That'll be a 3-2 now for NIC, bringing it 1 round closer here. Now, this map, Clubhouse, I would say is 50-50 when it comes to if it favors attack or defense. Generally, this game favors defense, but because of the fact that this map's meta is fairly stale, I'd say it's closer to 50-50. Maybe even slightly attack favored. In that way, I'd say that it's not the end of the world if we see NIC lose this next round, which I'm not saying is guaranteed, but they're going to CC and Cash again. It's either this or Gym Bedroom, which went even worse. So they need to really figure it out here if they want to pick up this round.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We'll have to see how this goes. They're running impacts, so it's good on them for actually remembering to bring somebody who can do some site remodeling, setting up your rotates, setting up your sight lines. Don't know if they need it for. Don't think that they're going to be impact tricking. Pardon me, I'm making word soup for you all.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
I don't think that extra impact was necessary, but it works. They have set up the site. They can actually rotate now. That's not doing anything. Okay. That's a waste of a battery, but okay. I'm not about to complain. As you can see now, Lockdown is going to very quickly get that wall. Where is NIC? I think is a big question to ask here. They have, I would say, not a single player on site. They might have players in the near site. They have Cosmic there playing Rafters. They have Apollo, who's just died to Sticula. That was a poor play. As well as Flo, who are near to the objective, and then King Fainer is playing off in Timbuktu here. I think trying to get a pick, but nobody's going to push there. Lockdown has been very direct with their pushes. They don't, unless they have to roam clear, they don't fool around. 4v4 as Cosmic will knock down White Cloud there. Removing the Maverick, admittedly a bit late. They did get made wall. There goes Flo. What was that? I think that's a big question to ask is, what was that? I don't even know what to say. That hurt my brain. I think is what I'll say here. I'm trying to play Flat Wall here to take out the hold being imposed by Cosmic onto that Rafter side, and I feel as though this position that he's holding is ultimately untenable. He is holding Rafter side. He does face pressure from Flat Wall as well as from Rafters, garage door, and potentially even from below him if they decided to open that up. I really doubt that they will, but it's still a possibility, so I don't feel as though it's terribly likely that he's going to be able to hold this for an extended period of time. Snomical will take sight now, takes down Cosmic. That's impressive for him, and unfortunately for NIC, they're on a 4v2, 3v2, luckily brought back to slightly more winnable here from Captain Carrito getting fragged there on his Snomical, trades his teammate out. King Fainer, pretty much the last one left here, going to push forward. Here's that drone going out there, courtesy of Leon up there over on Rafters, who will not push in. Pardon me. Captain got a res, courtesy of the cone station set up by Apollo, and now Leonoff looking for the plant. Covered by Sticula, who will gun down King Fainer. Looks for another one. Stopped by Captain, who get a trade. 2v1, 1v1 now. Triple go from Captain, such as Stevenator here, looking to stick the plant potentially stick the defuse, pardon me. Stevenator is the last one left here. I think he's waiting for that sound cue of the actual defuse being started. Captain, I think, is mindful of that, is going to start the defuse. Might actually be baiting, and Captain needs to be mindful, though. He's at low health. Stevenator's at full health here. Might actually try and stick it now, and Stevenator will deny it. It'll be a 4-2 split here for Lockdown Gaming as we go into the end of the defending half of NIC. Checking the scoreboard at half. 6-7-4-4-3, 5-5-4-4-2. This game has been a lot more grounded per se than the past games for these two teams. We have yet to see somebody at 6 rounds break double digits. We're seeing, as well on that similar vein, we're seeing more even distribution of kills, I'd say. 7 to 3, it's a range of 4 if you wanted to be mathematical, and then 5 to 2 is a range of 3 as well. So we're seeing more consistent, at least in terms of fragging, we're seeing more consistent contribution from both teams.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Which is a good sign. I prefer that over somebody just popping off every single round.
My beautiful evil eye is ready.
Safety deployed.
Strangely enough, or interestingly enough, I don't want to call it strange, we're going to see a basement defense here to open up the second half, to open up the defensive half of Lockdown Gaming. They have a alibi in play. I don't know why exactly. That's gonna... It's more confusing than the fact that they're going to the site first. This site, basement, it's generally, pretty quickly, pretty easily swapped with CC and cache for your primary site, for that first objective that you want to go to, your most comfortable, your strongest site. I believe that they brought that alibi because of the fact that she has impacts. This is unfortunate lag. But even then, they have one. They have 6 impacts, so they're gonna really try and keep that hatch closed. We'll have to see how effective they are at that. Have a Maestro with impacts, Sticula as this, as this Malusi with impacts, and White Cloud with the impacts, although I doubt that all 3 of them are going to use them. Apollo takes down Stevenator, taking down the top frag of, as well as the bottom frag right after Sonomical will fall at the hands of King Feiner. Bringing it to a 3v5, takes out the top and bottom frag for Lockdown Gaming. That's a bad start here. A minute in, losing both of those players, losing some serious frag power is not a great spot for them to be in. Seeming to finish up their hold here, a bit of mid-round reinforcements, as they'll be looking to hold blue. They have a reinforcement on it. They don't really have any utility, though. They just have somebody standing there, which I don't feel is going to be terribly effective. Apollo's trying to push this, it seems, from Secret Stairs. He will put a surge on. He's not getting any assistance from his teammates, so I need to be cautious. Cosmic will take them enough. Waiting now, 1v5. Cosmic gets a double kill, and Apollo closes out a flawless round there for NIC, who will now move to 4 to 3. Still at a round disadvantage here, but only by 1 now, as they seem to continue trading rounds here with Lockdown Gaming. I'm gonna let him choose an op. My apologies, folks. We had to pause there because White Cloud apparently had to reset his internet. So. On to the next round, on to a CCN cash hold here. This has been a sight of quite some trouble for NIC, both in this match and in their match last week against No Mercy Legion. We'll have to see if their opponents here, NIC's opponents, Lockdown Gaming, have any luck. I think the key is to try and either to delay plant wall being opened for as long as possible, or to play and to set up as though you're pretty much giving up plant
protect
wall.
your bombs from being defused by attackers.
I think that the latter might be a bit better. You know, you don't even... It's almost always opened, especially in Katie's band. It's almost always opened. So I feel that it would be wiser for them to just structure themselves and their setup and their lineup as though they're giving it up. You know, they just reinforce it and then put the rest around wherever they need to.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Ready to activate.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
It's ready.
Alright. As you can see, finishing up their setup with that sideline that I was mentioning earlier that NIC decided against using. We'll have to see how NIC decides to go about this. How they decide to push this. It appears to just be, so far, a very standard flat wall push. They're going to open up that main wall. I believe there is not any throwable denial there. Neither on the drone hole nor on the actual wall. So I believe we're just going to see Captain here open up that section of the wall and oh, okay, he's having some dude, this. Here's the thing with Maverick. You either know how to play Maverick or you don't know how to play Maverick. There's no in between where you kinda know how to play and kinda don't. It's either one or the other. Just to give my opinion on that, King Feiner here looking to do a jacuzzi push. Pretty much on his own. I think there might have been a teammate assisting him there. Could be wrong. As you can see, they're going to be trying to clear out that Jaeger there of Leonov, who will now fall back. However, they have to deal on a flank from Synamical. He's going to just be playing main safe. I think he's going to inch up here, look for a kill. Cosmic will pick off Leonov. Now they know where he is. He's going to fall back towards bar side. I think they might try and hunt him now. Certainly going to need to watch himself. About half the round remains here in a 4v4. Stickling will take down Apollo. There goes the frags of the Fink as well as the heals. They did luckily get that wall open. Courtesy of Flo putting down those, thankfully putting down
A bomb has been
the
located.
necessary Selma charges, and that wall was, they removed the denial, took them a bit of extra fuel, but they did get it done.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Now it's going to be interesting to see where they decide to go next here. They have that plant wall open, so they can really put pressure. Combined between plant wall open, there goes Cosmic with a kill on Dysnomical, traded out by Sticula for a 3v3. Back to even number situation now. Flo gonna try and push forward, taking down there Sticula for a third kill in the round here. Gonna look for a fourth, potentially getting a bit aggressive now. Launch forward. King Fanner trying to drone this out. They're in a 3v2. They just ceded a man advantage, which is bad news for them. Let's just put it that way. There goes King Fanner, down and out, courtesy of Sticula on a quad kill. Now going to look for the ace here. Holding the angle. Captain the last one left. Trying to make something happen. 20 seconds left. They threw away this round. NIC did. Sticula's just holding the angle, waiting this out. I don't know if you realize that the other side of the wall is open. I don't think that he really cares, or that it really matters. They've pretty much locked this round away unless they start throwing bodies at him, which seems really unlikely, and just appears that that's going to be how the round turns out. I think Captain's just holding for... No, Steve Nader will dome him, and that'll be the round. Thought he was holding for saving KD, but apparently not. On to the next round here, on to round 9, as again a 2-round advantage here has developed for Lockdown Gaming. We saw that actually earlier in the first half, and almost the exact same position. Not exactly the same, but if that pattern keeps going, then we will see theoretically them go to 6-3, or if we see an inverse of the pattern that we saw in the first half, since we saw Lockdown open the first half with a round and then a response from NIC. If we see the opposite of that, where NIC opens the half with a win and then Lockdown responds, if we see that, then we'll see an overtime match. But at this point, I'm just guessing off the patterns, and those are rather unreliable, frankly. It's still fun to consider them, though.
Attackers have located a bomb.
As you can see, basement hold here from Lockdown. We'll have to see how this goes for them. They did surprisingly well last round, mainly because Sticula just got bodies thrown at him. He got 4 kills in that entire round. Most of them came when he was standing in the same room, holding the same angle, under the same door, courtesy of
Attacker's objective is to
NIC, just all peeking at the same time. He's going to spawn peek now, trying to get something to happen. Down and dead. Cosmic getting a bit of revenge there. He was obviously killed by Sticula in the last round, so does end up bringing it to a 5v4. And again, this is a bad spot for any team to be in. I'm pretty sure when we saw this happen for King Fader and NIC, they ended up losing that round. That was a very close round. Cosmic going to lose most of his health there to Stevenator, who's also spawn peeking here. Messes up the Nitro, decides to destroy his own C4. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Don't know why, but okay. As you can see, him as well as Phenomenal doing a roam here. They're on a 4v5, so they're at a man disadvantage. Don't know why they've elected to continue to roam. They're going to seemingly just try and deny the hatch, that kitchen hatch. They're certainly denying that moto hatch because of where they literally are standing. But beyond that, I'm not sure. The blue hatch is soft. I'm not aware of if NIC is aware. They should be, though, because that's going to be, if that's a free hatch, that's really easy for them to pick up 3v5 King Fader, not capitalizing there. I almost said monopolizing, which is a completely different word, on the opportunity of a crossfire set up by him as well as by Apollo, bringing it to a 2-man advantage favoring his team. So just White Cloud, Leonoff, and Stevenator here. Stevenator's still off-site. He's still playing that roam. I think he's going to aim for a flank, just waiting for the right position. I don't know if they're being mindful of that flank, if NIC is. They have a Nomad, so they can certainly lock down whatever flanks they need to. We'll just have to see if that means for them taking down that as well. Apollo down on now, courtesy of Leonoff. I think he tried to hot drop. Yep, they're just smoking and dropping. They are droning, so they do get a bit of support from that side. They know now that Maestro's over on AK. There goes Cosmic with a frag on Leonoff. Flo gets one onto White Cloud. Stevenator, the last one left, takes down King Fader, removing the Nomad, but admittedly he got his air jabs down, so it's really not the end of the world for them. It's a 1v3. He triggers the air jab. They know where he's at. He has to be very careful. He's outnumbered. He does have control of the diffuser, though. With less than a minute left, they have to come to him and kill him, and doesn't matter for Cosmics. He says, I'll do it. Swings, gets the headshot, gets the round for NIC, and they will move now to 5-4, only down by 1 round. Again, they're staying within arm's length of Lockdown Gaming. LDG, if you wanted to use their abbreviation. We'll have to see if, however, they can actually tie it up. They've been playing from behind for a lot of this game. We'll have to see if they can tie it up, or if Lockdown finally is able to put the nail in the coffin of NIC in this match and get that 7-4, 7-5 win. Alright. Gym and bedroom hold here from Lockdown Gaming. Oddly enough, they're going to do something quite similar to what we saw from the the now attacking team, NIC, they're bringing both
Attackers have located
Mirror
the
and
bomb.
Castle. They're going to be looking for a combined Mirror strat plus the Castle extension. I think that that's... Again, believe that that's unwise. But if they can make it work, then that's what matters. NIC, it's their name. They have an alternate name of Cincinnati Bombers. It's
10 seconds to
it's
insertion.
a play on... Yeah. Yeah.
5 seconds to go.
I think I realized what it is. Yeah. If I remember correctly, there is a Kanye
Attackers are
West
heading out
song
to defuse a
with a
bomb.
very similar name. Yump, Jay-Z, and Kanye. It's just a different city. Now, strangely enough, Lockdown Gaming is extending into red. Yes, there it is. It is indeed. That's pretty much the closest I will say to their name. A Jay-Z and Kanye song. They decided to extend here with a rotate into red. I think that that's unwise. If they lose red, which could very well happen here. I mean, all they have on that is a beeper, not even barber or anything. If they lose red, then they pretty much lose this by extension, because the fact that that's not only is it soft, there's a rotate. They're inviting. They're basically inviting NIC to go through that. Fragger, we're going to go out there, really putting some pressure on Sonomical here. We'll have to see if he can hold us down. I'm not going to say anything further about his statistics. I don't feel like being mean today. I don't think I should. As you can see, they're trying to push him out. He will not go down red. He decides to push back up, droning it out here. There is a sightline setup, it appears, for somebody to play to potentially support the Jaeger there. Sonomical, who will now move on to Swamp. Might be looking to actually flank NIC here. King Fan will take down Leonoff, and they have control of CC. I don't know if they realize that they also have control of Cash. They have that extension collapsed here. Next on the line of defenses is Steven Ader, the top frag here for Lockdown Gaming, playing this mirror hold here in Logi. If they want to deal with that, which they seem to want to, they will need to use some frag grenades on that mirror window. On the player behind the mirror window, it's just 1 ADS that they would have to burn. They're in a good spot, though. I mean, a minute left, so admittedly time's starting to run low. They're at a 2-man advantage after King Fainer takes down Sonomical, and now they just have to deal pretty much with Steven Ader and whoever's on site. At a really good spot now. So you see King Fader going to try and actually suppress Steven Ader off of that window. He's dealing with some serious pressure now from both sides. 2v5 Paulo take down White Cloud as Sticulo falls. Well, it's up to Steven Ader, dropped by Cosmic, who will get the kill onto Cosmic, so Cosmic dropped as well. Up in 2 meetings, and finally, Steven Ader will die. It'll be a 5-5. Almost thought that it was at match point for Lockdown Gaming. A 5-5 here for NIC, who have managed to tie it up. A nice comeback here from them, going from down by 2 rounds to actually even here. We'll have to see if they can continue this. They can continue this trend here. Both teams at a bit of an inflection point. We're at the 11th round. Certainly not the 11th hour for either team, though. Could really be either team's game.
Defenders, protect your bombs
The
from
next
being
team to win a
defused by
round,
attackers.
the reason that I say that this is such an important round, is that the team that wins this next round has their first shot at match point. They also have a guaranteed overtime for themselves. So they have a springboard to get that win, to get those points, and they also have a safety net where obviously they wouldn't get as many points if they get an overtime win. But if they lose that following round, it's not the end of the world. They have 2 to 3 more rounds to get the win.
– 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Magnets ready. Reloading on ammo.
Swapping!
can see CC and Cash hold here for Lockdown Gaming. I don't believe this has gone terribly well for them, this objective. You can see they're going to now try and burn. Yup, they're burning the... Okay. They did end up forcing that wall open. As some of you may know, you can, as long as the two walls aren't reinforced, you can put down those two ace charges, and the bandit will only be able to get one, so you can essentially guarantee that one of those two walls will be opened. They did end up getting the left wall open. I'd say that that's a bit better than getting the right wall open, because they now have the ability to watch default and to potentially get some sort of play here onto red and potentially clear out that other bandit battery, if they play their cards right here. So you can see now a 5v5 even number situation. And the reason that I bring that up is that there's progress being made now, early progress, good progress, from NIC. They've taken the other half of the top floor. They're pushing now very steadily into cons from Logi, from bedroom. There goes Flo. 5v4 here for Lockdown Gaming. Gonna seemingly just relax a bit. They have half the round remaining to burn. They've lost a good amount of map control. They have lost plat wall as well. They have yet to lose rafters. That's going to be really the last bastion, I'd say, besides objective, that they might have to worry about. And the last piece of off-site holdings that they'd want to look at. Sticula did get a frag there onto Cosmics, as well as Apollo attempting a frag kill. Alas, it was burnt there, and both of them got burnt by ADSs in red as well as in on. Pardon me. That cash door, as you can tell. Apollo really trying to get the frags here, but he's going to have to deal with pretty much three players. Sonomical holding the bomb chassis. Leonov playing over here in red, though he's sort of splitting the attention. And it appears that they've sort of rotated away, but I believe for a moment their White Cloud was as well trying to help. As I say that, King Fainer will take him out. It's a 4v3 now for... what was free? Lockdown Gaming will actually extend the lead now, taking out. Apollo takes him off the objectives to just captain and to King Fainer here. This is looking like it's going to be a round now for NIC. I don't know what's going on here.
15 seconds remaining.
Pretty much it's up to just King Fainer. I'm going to say it like that. Since the captain trying to get a kill, he will take down Sticula. Tries to take another one out, however, traded by Steven Aders to pretty much King Fainer again. And stopped by Sonomical, unfortunately. A round will go... unfortunately for NIC, the round goes the way of Lockdown Gaming, who will now have... their first shot at match point and a guaranteed overtime for themselves. 6-5 now. We'll have to see if they can get another round here. They have yet to chain 2 rounds together since the 4th round of this game. It's been 7 rounds, something around that time, pretty much an entire half, over an entire half, since they've successfully won. They've won 2 rounds in a row. Successfully won is redundant, I'm aware.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being...
Strangely enough, they're going to opting to go to gym and bedroom here. No, barn stage, wow, which is pretty much right above gym and bedroom. Let's see how this goes. This is going to be really interesting. Relatively recently, we saw a rework for this objective. The key changes is that it used to be the bomb sites were pool and... No, they were bar and supply. Nothing has changed really with pool. And the things that have changed are with the location of the bomb sites. It has obviously been moved out of supply because it was so easy to plant in there, frankly, and into stage, where it should be a bit harder for the team to plant. And the other change is that now it's 2 separate rooms, as you can tell. Before, it was just 1 room, and this was a barrier, not an entire thing with the door. So now it's... I don't know if it's tenable. It's certainly better than before, because before it was terrible. It's gone from terrible to potentially tenable. We'll have to see how this goes. This is going to be really a field test for this objective, in my opinion, as well as a a test of sorts for NIC to see if they can adapt to something that they've probably never seen before in this hold here, which is a very vertical-based hold. You know, they have sight. They're pretty much just going to be trying to play long angles from the objective. They have an Echo as well to try and deny plant. I believe the Echo does not have impacts, unfortunately, so he couldn't rotate out of where he is, but he's playing a long angle. You know, they're clearly trying to hold the vertical. They have those hatches there as an emergency exit for themselves. Steve Nader will pick off Flo off of the hatch. That's going to be bad news bears here for NIC. So you can tell King Feiner trying to make something happen here. NIC in general trying to make something work, trying to make something move. White Cloud might be the first key to that. Snomical will knife Apollo. That's going to be a 5v3 now. And there goes second, probably not even the second frag, 4v3 Cosmic will take out White Cloud. Almost a bad situation. They've recovered a bit. They're still on a man disadvantage. They're still down by 1. And both in numbers as well as in rounds, down by 2, pardon me. Sonomical will take down King Feiner. And this is not looking good here. There's a Ying in play, which doesn't make any sense. He's just face-checking. What? Face-checking everything. Not using utility, does not spot. Leonuff just sitting there, holding the sight line. Cosmic takes a solid bunch of bullets to the face from Stecula, and that'll be the game. Surprising ending there, a sad ending for NIC, whose comeback was, alas, stopped by Lockdown Gaming just in the nick of time, 7-5. For them, they will take the win here and go on to 1-1. 13-7, 8-8. 10-9, 6-8, 5-9, 12-9, 11-9, and that's as far as I could recite. My apologies.
GG's, boys.